Hi everyone, Leisa Woolsey, life coach, coming to you from Airdrie, Alberta, Canada. So happy to be here. I've been away for a while. I've been busy, some stuff's been going on. I'm a woman on the move. Actually, yeah, there's been lots going on. And what ended up happening was I just wasn't making the time to do the videos, and I kept thinking, oh, I'll get back to it next week, I'll get back to it next week. And then I started getting feedback from people about missing the videos, and they had been helpful for people, and I was getting requests to get back to the videos, and I thought, all right, come on, look alive, we got to get back to these, because not only do I love doing them, but part of why I love doing them is because I know from many others that it's a feel-good thing for them. So that's a beautiful ripple effect that I can get on board with. So here I am, we're back. Woo, woo, woo! Let's get going. Back to the seed planting sessions weekly. So today what I want to discuss, I made some notes because it's a pretty big topic. Today what I want to discuss is impulse control. And there's a few things when I'm doing my coaching and doing my stuff that are pretty foundational. Well, not pretty foundational, they're super foundational. And I sort of yammer about them a lot because in my own personal life and in coaching and whatnot, when I'm doing it, is I find that these things are transformational in one's life. And impulse control is right up there. The other one that I bang my drum about a lot is the acronym AIR, which stands for A is awareness, I is intention, R is ripple effect. And these two things combined, I feel, can truly, truly change everything about your life for the better when you dive into them and they become a practice in your world, much like all the other things we've talked about, gratitude, all these kinds of things. So impulse control. At the end of the day, we are human beings, and as a result, we are a combination of divinity and humanity. And some people like to say we are spiritual beings having a human experience. The human parts of us have some flaws, and that's just the reality. We all have areas of our life or aspects of our life where we know it could use some tweaking, or the end result that we're creating isn't pleasing to us. And so that immediately is an indicator that some impulse control is required along the way. And this can apply to one area specifically, it can apply to multiple areas, it can apply to relationships, finances, health and wellness, career, job, parenting, how we feel about ourselves. Doesn't matter what area we're talking about. Impulse control is a valuable thing to be able to reach for, to lean into, to have awareness around in order for us to create a desired end result in our life across the board. You hear people talk all the time about you're the author of your story, you're the designer of your life, you're the creator of your life, you're the architect of your life, all of those beautiful things. It is absolutely true. And in order for you to live a high vibe, optimal life, with optimal relationships and experiences, we have to have an awareness and a mindfulness about this stuff. So, for an example, always one that I use, finances and weight, I use a lot because those tend to be a thing for people, a very common thing for people. So if there's an area of your life where it's the same thing over and over and over again, that immediately is informing you that something needs to be you have to take a look at something. Something needs to be tended to. We have to make some peace with some of our pieces, as Ian Van Zandt likes to say. And when we decide that we have this frame of reference that we like to use, or this idea that we like to connect to sometimes, which is, I can just do whatever I want, whenever I want, however I want. Well, in my experience, I have rarely ever met somebody that has that thought process or that belief, and that it's rooted in anything that is in our best interests or in our highest. It's generally just ego running its number, running its show, and basically throwing a ridiculous temper tantrum. So For example, let's talk about finances. You're in monstrous debt, you have a lot of pressure in your life, you're not sleeping well at night, you're really, really worried all the time, our interest rate's going to go up, all these types of things are floating around. You know that when you choose the behavior, you choose the consequence. And so if you're in a state where the finances in your life don't feel good and they feel stressful and there's lots of gucky stuff going on with it, some impulse control needs to take place, and we have to make a plan and work the plan. Same with, your external being or your internal, whether it's external or internally, health and wellness. If you're sitting on the couch all the time, eating whatever you want, however you want, whenever you want, you're never getting off the couch, you can't then be super shocked if your externalness doesn't reflect what you would like it to reflect. If your health doesn't reflect how you would like to feel, it's a mirror for you to let you know, I'm not pleased or happy or at peace with this result. Therefore, I need to take a look at something, because we are always the common denominator in our life. I've said that so many times. So it doesn't matter what it is across the board: relationships, career, finances, health and wellness, environment, all of those things. If you're in it, you're the common denominator, and there's always room to grow and expand and choose differently, to shift, to grow, to really take a look at what's happening and figure out, is this an area where I need to start practicing some impulse control? And it's really, really important, because being mindful of that then allows us to get back in the driver's seat and recreate a different end result, which I think is very, very powerful and very, very empowering. So I really wanted to talk about this today because it comes up a lot for me and for other people. I've used this example before as well, but we can often get very single-minded with some of our actions, our thoughts, our choices, behaviors, all that kind of stuff. So something that comes up for me sometimes in my life, I'm a Taurus, I'm actually a natural redhead, so, sometimes I can be a little stubborn, whatever. So I have to actually take a breath and step back if I feel that stubborn vibe creeping up on me, not in a good way, and I have to practice impulse control. And that's exactly what it is. I believe that anytime we are creating our optimal life, our highest life, it is always about the intention and the awareness, and I'm going to be a certain way. This is what matters to me, and so the things that I do are in alignment with that desired end result. And you can always tell, because if results indicate otherwise, then I got some work to do, yo. So being able to tell, am I invested in this from a small, contracted point of view, very single-minded, being selfish, it's all about ego, it's all about, my primary driver, that sort of thing? Or am I engaged and invested in this from an expansive, high vibe place where I'm thinking about not only myself, but all of those involved? And you can think about your relationship with your significant other, your relationship with your children. That's a really good one to connect to, because we want to be able to hold that space and be in that state in order to get where we want to be. The being and the doing and the having is all aligned with our very best self. And that, bottom line, takes impulse control. So I hope that makes sense. That's the seed plant for today. I'm going to get back to doing these videos weekly again, because I've missed them, and I really hope they're creating some goodness out there, and results would indicate that they are. So that's all aligned. So yay for that. Mwah! Take care of you. My website's it's down at the moment. It's being worked on, recreating and all that sort of thing, but you can still find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Take care of you. And I look forward to doing another video next week. Love to you all.